Throughout human history, there have been several attempts made by mankind to explain the unexplainable. For example, the ancient Greeks have attributed the earthquakes of Crete as being caused by the bull-headed creature called the Minotaur as it rages through its maze, as opposed to it being the tectonic activities of the region. These explanations, or rather interpretations of reality made up by humans, are called myths or folklores. These are usually harmless stories made up by humans as a way to explain what they couldn't explain before the advent of science and technology. There are, however, some unfortunate side effects to these so-called myths. My name is Alia Rahmania, and today I will be talking about the vilification of black cats, their supposed connection to demons and witches, and how it shaped their view of black cats in the past and how we view it today. In recent years, black cats have become the icon of Halloween, a holiday in the West which was originally meant to protect oneself from the supernatural, but is now used as an excuse to dress up in costumes. But the history behind Black Cat's association with this holiday, as well as to witches in general, wasn't always so endearing. Layla Morgan Wild, the author of Black Cat's Tale, True Tales and Inspiring Images, recounted an official church document called Vox in Rama, issued by Pope Gregory IX on June 13th, 1233. She says, in it, black cats were declared an incarnation of Satan. The decree marked the beginning of the Inquisition and church-sanctioned heretic and/or witch hunts. Initially, it was designed to squash the growing cult of Luciferians in Germany, but quickly spread across Europe. But early Europe wasn't always so unwelcoming towards witches, or rather, pre-Christian pagan practitioners of Europe, according to Serdwen Fallingstar, Wiccan priestess and author of Broth from the Cauldron, a wisdom journey through everyday magic. In fact, European churches back then coexisted with them. It wasn't until the churches began to gain more power that they viewed witches as direct competition and began to persecute them. This was thought to be when the witch hunt began. Falling Star says witches honored the natural world, having deep respect for plants and animals. Affection between human and animal, therefore, began to be seen as diabolical or devilish. And the old lady with her cats became seen as suspect. She also added, cats, like the women accused of witchcraft, tend to exhibit a healthy disrespect of authority. They don't fawn, like dogs, upon even the unworthy. In the church, neither independent women nor independent animals were to be tolerated. So, where did the connection between cats and witches narrow down to only black cats? Well, there isn't any concrete record of how it came to be, though Falling Star suspected it came from how black cats are better hidden at night and therefore making them better mouse hunters. But did this have a real negative effect on life back then? As it turns out, it did. During the spread of bubonic plague in the Middle Ages, cats, particularly black cats, were blamed for the spread of the disease, attributing it to their supposed connection to demons. This led to cats being killed en masse. Unsurprisingly, their plan backfired, as the rodent population, which was the real culprit behind the spread, increased as their predators died off. So, so we talked about the vilification of black cats and how it affected their species in the past. But is it still in effect today? What became of black cats now? Even if there is still a prevailing myth surrounding them, the harming of black cats, particularly during Halloween, are nothing more than anecdotes. So, in conclusion, myths are nothing more than just fables created by humans either to explain what they couldn't explain or just something they create to pass time. However, much like the myth of the black cat, the origin of this myth could be something more sinister than we initially thought. As modern humans, it is important for us to think critically before believing anything that's been taught to us. Now, with the advent of science and technology, hopefully we could go past this phase of believing in such myths. That's it for today. Thank you very much for listening to me.